All right, cool. Um, by the way, guys, I'm thinking of shorting, like, like right here, right now. Um, oh, I'm really tempted to, but we're going into the weekend, and we've got like PYs higher as well. So I don't know. Um, the reason why I want to short is like, well, I mean, this to me just looks like a liquidity sweep of that wick that we made on Wednesday. So, but could this go higher and test H1 200 EMA, 2024 value area high? Yeah, 100% we can. So, hold on, let me mute my Discord. Um, yeah, we could literally push higher. So, if you're gonna short now, like maybe half risk, make it like a half risk trade. I think this makes sense for a short, like somewhere around here. Quite a couple POIs, right? You've got the H1 200 EMA. This like kind of like it's been like somewhat respecting, right? The value area high from 2024, Monday mid level, right? And the golden pocket from that if you pull that high to that low there. So that's like the ideal area would want to short. Um, the reason I took the short earlier in the week, I'll actually explain real quick. Let me remove this real quick, and I'll just delete this for now. So I was expecting after we reclaimed value area low here, that if we got a retest the value area VAL here, we were going to see at least move into VAH. So that's why I was like wanted to scalp along this, but it didn't play out right, and we actually broke out of that range here. So like we lost the value area low here, and we continued to dump like from there like 1.8k. So I was like, okay, well, I want to catch a short because now we've broken out of the like a lower time frame range here. So I basically was going to set a limit at this value area low around New York Open, but then all of a sudden, right, we got a fast short squeeze here. Like it happened so quick that I didn't actually set the limit. I just marketed it in because I would have been afraid that we would have missed it if we did just set a limit. So yeah, I CMP'd it, got an entry there, and this was not like a, to me at the time, not a bullish move. Um, I remember checking the order flow and like open interest was going down, meaning shorts were getting squeezed and shorts like position were closing. And the best times to enter short is when people are getting liquidated, right? Other people. Um, so I was basically shorting their liquidations, right? This huge spike here. It happened so quickly, like in the 1 minute. If we go back, um, it came into value area low, right? This was where I was planning to set the limit, and then it moved up into like the 786, and like around this area is where I alerted. So most of you guys should have gone an entry at least around here, right, in between this range. Um, but yeah, this was like very clean setup. But that candle was insane, right? Like $800 1 minute candle happened very fast, but we caught that, right? Um, so yeah, the reason I didn't hold is because I wanted to cash in profits at the point like around the point 0.5 fib area, and I'm already in a swing like a swing short from like 70.8 somewhere here, which I posted the idea on my channel. So I'm not sure if anyone actually took it, but I'm still in that, right? So I'm I still expect us to get this. But if we look at the hourly structure now, it is bullish after breaking this high. But we'll see. 4 hours still heavily bearish, right? 4 hour structure, we'd have to go back to like 77 to break it, right? So H4 structure still bearish. H1 now has just flipped bullish. So, potentially we might see a bit higher here. Um, we'll see. Uh, it really depends. We're going into a weekend, so prices will be very easily to be manipulated higher or lower. Um, but I think my bias for next week is probably just more range, or like we do eventually tag like the golden pocket here, sweep this wick as well, which is like right almost in the center of it. I think that could be a nice scalp long if we get that, right? That's one long idea I'm planning to take. If I see no good reaction here, then I guess somewhere around here, because uh, believe it or not, I don't actually believe we sweep this wick early. Like, for example, in November, right, we tagged 80.5, and then for the rest of the November, this was basically the price action, right? We would make a high, we were just ranging, right? So I kind of expect the similar thing here to happen after a big move like this, right? Like this was very heavy downtrend. Um, After you get like a super heavy moves to the upside or downside, there's usually range, like you get like there's like these ranges here, like accumulation type of range. So what's next for me? I think like lower time frame wise, I'm interested to short, somewhere here, or back at the highs somewhere near either Monday high or just that wick here. I remember my bias up here was that we would take out 2025 low before um, coming down to tag this. But now that we're so close here, I think we do eventually tag like 64s. So I'm waiting on that. And yeah, I just think we'll just keep ranging for a while. So I mean, the price action, it's been, if you've been like a giga bull, like a giga bear, I guess it's been annoying because we have like swung pretty deep like both directions. Like for example, if imagine you were short, imagine I didn't close my short back here, right? It almost would have gone stopped out break even had I not closed fully here. So like this was like I guess a place to add as well on Monday low. Uh, but like my point is that it's been like fairly volatile, but like it's been chop, but it's been clean chop, right? People complaining about the price action, but I don't know. I think it's been pretty clean. This was clean too, by the way. Something I didn't take because we were still in a downtrend, but H4 sweep, it wasn't exactly close at the golden pocket. Like, had something similar happened at the golden pocket, I would have 100% long that. But yeah, so right now, I'm just sitting on my hands. Um, like I said earlier, like you could technically short this sweep here, but with the POIs we have above, I don't know. I think that looks a lot cleaner, like area to short there. Um, Someone said something in chat. Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. Higher time frame. Literally nothing's changed. It still looks like shit. Uh, Let me see. No, this is the wrong chart. Wait, let me see. Here we. Yeah. So, hold on. Let me get rid of this. So right now, actually, let me change this to the weekly. Right. So the weekly, we closed above here, right? But do I need to remind you guys, right? We did the same thing back in 2021. Closed above it, consolidated, ended up losing it later, right? I expected the exact same thing to happen. We closed above here. I expect consolidation, and eventually, like a move down into, uh, you know, I think sweeping the yen carry trade lows are like 49. It's inevitable, really. Um, Max Payne has always been like, you know, pretty big drawdowns, like 70% plus. Like down here in 2021, it was 77. The cycle before, 84. I reckon this cycle, 68% is a fair, I'd say it would be like, fair value considering how drastic the drawdowns have been every bear market, right? So what would that put Bitcoin? Like somewhere between like, I'd say you start buying spot between 45 and like 35, somewhere in that range, 10K range. People saying that we bottomed here. Listen, it's a possibility, right? Anything's possible. Off a weekly structure basis, we would need to close it back above 97K uh, for weekly structures to flip bullish, right? I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Something would have to change, like pretty drastically for that to happen in a short time span. So, um, you know, as far as like high time frame short PRs go, I think I've covered this, but somewhere in this weekly FEG here, like ideally as close to as the 618 as possible, right? So 83.3. That's where I'd be looking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd probably put in just a limit short on a sub account and just completely forget about it, right? That's what I should have done back here. I learned from my mistake, right? You know, last bear market, I wasn't trading crypto, right? I wasn't trading during this whole fucking downtrend. So as far as trading a bear market, like this is my first time. Um, I officially started trading like, where is it? Like start to like, I started trading here. I'll show you actually. Like seriously trading around here, 2023, start of 2023. Um, but like my strategy has changed quite a bit. I'd say start of 2024 is when I really got into SMC and like starting to learn a bit more about order flow. Um, so yeah, like before that, I was trading like just very retail concepts. Um, yeah, it wasn't good. So, anyways, I'm getting a bit off track here, right? So, I'm not going to make the same mistake I did, right? So if we get that bullish retrace, everyone and their mother is going to be bullish. But this will just be, in my eyes, just like a bearish retest if we get back above, the 80Ks. The hard thing is we'll be like actually catching an entry. Like we could top technically like anywhere from 79 to literally anywhere from 79 all the way to 90. Like we could even sweep this daily high and then nuke. Because if we look at daily structure, like it is a bit different. This wick high, you could argue, is the daily MSB over this one. But from a weekly standpoint, like this is really the line in the sand between a bull and a bear. So I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Um, yeah, like something like this, I'll show you. Like maybe from 82.6, start building a position. In validation, if I'm being honest, I don't think I would do a hard stop loss. I'd monitor. I'd monitor, right? So, because what if it just SFPs, right? It sweeps the high and SFPs, but then if I had a hard stop loss, it would take me out. I think that's okay to do. Have soft stop losses on. Uh, well, if it's spot, right? You don't ever do. You don't really ever have hard stop losses on spot, right? And because this is a short, this is a swing short, right? Like this is a massive stop loss, right? I don't expect a candle to just blast right through the stop loss. So I like in this area, right? If we get a close above here, I'd maybe take the loss and like reevaluate. But I wouldn't really close out just because we wicked here, if that makes sense. My targets, I think I already covered that. Like I'd probably take a good TP here at the yen carry trade low. I don't know if you guys are trading back here, but this was Bank of Japan are like increasing their rates, right? They upped their rates, so everyone who's borrowing against that they closed their positions, and literally every single market you can think of just like nuked every market that was against the dollar, right? So yeah, that was fun. Um, so yeah, I eventually do think we get that sweep of that wick. It's just a matter of when. Probably if I had to put a time frame on it, it would be highly likely we get it probably before it'd be before May, I think, if I'm being honest. So around like between like the mid of April to start of May, somewhere in between here, right before this new Fed chair comes in, the one Trump plans to replace with that puppet. So time-wise, I think that would make sense, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, this scalp. Well, no, it's not really a scalp, but it's. I pay, basically I've got a limit set here at 54 in case we see like a nice like bottom tick reaction. Uh, I would never if I don't see no reaction here, I would actually not hold this till this stop loss. I'd probably gonna got this early. So the real invalidation is technically here, but I wouldn't actually lose one. I'd be losing like point 0.1 or something, right? Point 0.2 at the most. Um, I noticed back here something similar happened where like it pico tagged 0.65 fib from like the bottom to the high, and it bounced 5k, 6k. So maybe something similar happens. Maybe people have orders set here. I'd front run them like by $200 or so. Um, you know, big if, right? We see a bounce, but I'd be quick to cut early, and this could be like a I don't know a crazy I don't know 5k bounce. That'd be nice, like a nice 3-4 or something. So yeah, those are my thoughts on Bitcoin. I'll cover USDT as well. This chart's so like it's so clean. Honestly, I need to use it more. Um, so as you can see, this chart sort of lines up with my what I think on Bitcoin, right? I do eventually think we get this high here from 2022, and potentially even higher, right? So this lines up with Bitcoin price action, but not really at the same time. So I'll explain what I mean by that. So we're almost at like the 2022 high, right? But Bitcoin's nowhere near the 2022 bottom. It's like Bitcoin's like 50, 60k away from it, right? So I don't think we go back to 12k, obviously, but I do think USDT dominance does eventually like take out this high here. Um, it's putting in now a weekly SFP of these two highs here, but I wouldn't hold much weight to that, considering in my opinion, we're in a bear market. Um, yeah, so for USDT dominance, I think it'd be so clean to, like I said before, like on Bitcoin, just like range in between here for a bit. Um, I think the 618 from like this low here and the fib pool, right? You put it from this low to this high, you get the 618 around this area, right? Which would be on the daily, like this like little mini low here. That would, I think, align perfectly with 83, which would be the golden pocket of uh, Bitcoin from like that weekly MSP I showed you guys earlier. I think that'd be super very clean to get on USDD. Uh, this is still like, but there's a like I only check this chart for like the higher time frame. Um, I've seen some people use it for the lower time frame, and yeah, like it's cool. Um, but I just think sometimes it can be a little bit noisy. For example, right now it's on H1 200 EMA, so we'll see in a couple days if this was the top, right? When this thing bottoms, it means Bitcoin's topped, right? So let's see. I'll be curious to see if that plays out. If not, then well, let's see. I don't think this chart has the. Oh yeah, it does actually. The weekly 200. But let's put the H4. Where would the H4 be? I mean, yeah, it's quite a while away. I think it would if we do come down here, that'd be a pretty nice move on Bitcoin to have at some point. Probably it would probably happen in March if we were to get that move up. March or April, early April. Um, we'll see. I think that'll be interesting to watch on the loan time frame as well. Ethereum. What a shitcoin. All right. So what do we have here? I remember marking out this wick low, months back, right? And how did we close that weekly? We closed under it, right? So that's pretty bearish. Um, I'd like to catch a swing short on this too, to at least this low. Where would that be from? I don't know yet. I think wherever Ethereum is around the time Bitcoin is around, like 83, like between 80K and 83K, that would be where I'd want to short. I think, in my opinion, ETH would be like around 2.7, around this area. Let me see. Yeah, we have this big, I mean, this really took a tumble, right? So we have this big area here. I think if it can like move into the upper end of it, I think that'd be a really clean short to take. With like maybe tight stops would be above the 786, right? So above this high here, something like this. And target those lows potentially. I think that'd be 4R, yeah. I think that would be pretty clean. Obviously the price action towards this POI would be bullish, right? Obviously. So I'd be like, if the price action is like bullishly clean, I'd find long triggers towards there, So God forbid we were to get stopped out by this, ideally I'm hedged in a long, right? So, but yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. Like, this looks really bad on the high time frame. I thought there would be a chance at least we would bounce, like we would sweep this wick low here, and then you can see that bounce. But it just obliterated right through, right? Didn't really respect it, so I haven't got high hopes for ETH, and it's not really been that strong recently. The stronger one was like Solana. So I remember I short with Sol and like this week, but it was actually it was holding better than Bitcoin. That annoyed me. But yeah, low time frame wise, I don't see any clean trades. It did sweep this low, but oh man, I just didn't want to long this, especially because Bitcoin hadn't tagged the golden pocket just yet, which I'm pretty sure I was pretty sure, and I'm sure it tags. I mean, we are still on a downtrend, so yeah. I don't know. Depending on how this next hourly closes, maybe you could short H4. Yeah, I mean, you could short here now. I just don't see a clean inval. Like, the real invalidation would be like above this wick, technically. But that's too wide of an invalidation, so I don't know. Maybe above like this imbalance here, like there. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I don't see a good trade on that, but Sol was one I was looking at for a long. But it didn't end up. I was looking for, where was the long? It was, I think uh, I said it like if a 30-minute close above here, I would look to long, but I ended up not taking it or not learning it. But good thing I didn't. I think our entry was somewhere around here, and it would have done like, no, I wouldn't have. Yeah, it would have gone straight stopped out. So good thing I didn't take this or alert this, because it didn't make a new leg lower. H1 structure on this is now bullish, so I'm pretty sure this season move into this H1 200 as well. That's actually lining up nicely with this like high here. Oh yeah, this short here, I was planning to take, but it actually got front ran by 1 cent. By 1 cent, I got front ran here. It would have filled on Bybit, but yeah, that pissed me off. Not gonna lie. All right, yeah, maybe a short from here. I'd look to take maybe like stops above there. Maybe like half risk because the RR is kind of good enough for if we go back to the lows. Uh, really depends as well. Um, Same thing as on Bitcoin, right? This was in a range, it broke out, and now you could argue like H1 structure is now bullish, and maybe you look for longs towards, I don't know, value area high, I'd say. Um, but I don't really see any clean long setups on this right now. So yeah. Um, I think for the swing short on Sol, if it does like get anywhere close to here, I'll probably alert a short. Um, Somewhere around 117. I mean, even as low as 111. It all depends on Bitcoin, where Bitcoin's at. Because like if Bitcoin's not reached the POI and these alts have, like on their respective own charts, I'd be less likely to pull the trigger because that would mean like alts are somewhat like outperforming Bitcoin. Um, so I don't know. We would need to see. Um, if there are any altcoins you want me to look at or any questions, just drop them in chat. Not much else to really talk about. I don't see any clean setups at the minute. Only clean setup potentially forming here on Bitcoin, like I said earlier, is if we do see a nice reaction off here, then like we have like three confluences here: VAH from 2024, H1200 EMA, and the golden pocket. Um, Something like this maybe I could see happening. Like maybe SFP this week here, and then like after all the shorts have gone blown out, you look to short with stops above the wick, and you target maybe take some out at 2R, and then you trim the rest on the way down, right? I mean, the end goal would be to target this down here. It's only a matter of time before this eventually gets taken out, right? So, yeah. I'll actually post this in chat. Oh wait, no. This is really the only trade I see right now. So yeah, I see no questions, so I assume everyone's good. I'm looking. Yeah. Oh, and if people were wondering why I took a short here, kind of same thing, right? So I was on Sunday looking for this high and that high to get swept, and it did. But by the time the H4 closed, it was already down like 2K. So I like put the short idea on my channel, like if we see a retrace into, oh no, that's the wrong tool. Retrace into there, then that's where I was planning to put my short, right? I posted a chart, and yeah, that was the top. very clean setup, just very simple. Um, so yeah, I'm still in this. I might actually get stopped break even. I took something like this. No, wait, no. Actually, this is wrong. I pulled it from this low. Sorry. The price was from this low. Yeah, I just realized that. Yeah. This was it. And my 4TP is here, like somewhere around there. So I'm hoping I don't get stopped break even here. Oh, it's going there. Might need to post this my channel. Ooh. Alright, I'll cut the stream, guys. I'm probably gonna post this to my channel. I need to see. Maybe I should wait for this H1 to close. But yeah, thanks for coming, lads. Hope you enjoyed, and yeah, stay alert to my channel. I'll post the play after I've seen the reaction, right? Of course. But yeah, peace out, lads.